Primetime Seniors is brought to you by Home Helpers, committed to keeping you safe and independent at home.
Welcome to Primetime Seniors, living for today, making choices for tomorrow. I'm Allie McNair, and we're coming to you from the Antiques and Collectibles shop at the Greenery. In a few minutes, we're going to connect with Lisa Kiggins and find out about all the wonderful items they have here for you to take a look at. But right now, here's what's coming up on this edition of Primetime Seniors. Debbie Morris with Home Helpers of the Low Country will be discussing the differences between independent living and assisted living. Dr. Joseph Haven of Spine and Joint Care Associates will help us better understand joint care. Debbie Morris will also bring us some gardening tips for seniors, and we'll be visiting the Hilton Head Island Farmers Market. It's all coming up on this edition of Primetime Seniors. The Greenery is definitely known for its nursery, which offers seasonal plants. They're also known for their residential yard work. But also, in addition, there's some buzz these days about the Antiques and Collectibles shop right here at the Greenery. And joining me to tell us what we'll find there is Lisa Kiggins. Great to see you, Lisa.
Hi, nice to see you.
Tell me first, before we start, about this building that you're in. It's an old church?
It's an old church. It was the Bethlehem Baptist Church, which is dated 1873. And it was originally not in this location. It was on the mainland. And in 1972, the owners of the Greenery decided to purchase it for $600.
Wow.
And they hired a barge company and floated her over here, and here she landed, and she makes a great shop for us.
She is definitely a good home for your shop.
Yes.
Tell us, if you would, I mean, you have ideas for the home, you have gift ideas as well.
We do.
What are some of the things we'll find when we come here?
I like to describe our shop as an eclectic collection of antiques, vintage items, giftware, great home accessories. We have lamps, we have mirrors, we have artwork. We're known for our hostess gifts, which is a great place to come and find that special, unique gift.
Well, tell me about some of those or some ideas that you might have for someone really looking for something different.
Something different. I have a few items right here. One of them is our Aunt Sadie's candle, which is a lavender candle. And I've kind of combined it with an herb, a lavender herb. And we've put it together in a little gift set with a pretty little ribbon on it. And it makes a wonderful hostess gift for under $25.
That's a great idea.
Isn't that a great idea?
I love the idea of the plant with the candle.
With the candle, and these are Aunt Sadie's candles. They're clean burning, they're wonderful fragrance, and we have all different kinds inside.
Super.
Yes.
Now this I love. I'm going to go to this next because I am a bird lover, and these are just fantastic.
Aren't they
Tell me about these.
Yes. These are both $10 gifts, and they are little glass birds. And they have they're a little vase, and you can put little snippings of herbs or flowers in them.
Love them.
And aren't they great?
Yes.
One is coming out of his head, and one is coming out of his body there, and you can put them together, and they make a great little gift for someone.
I love the little flowers that you've put in there as well.
Yes.
What about our little bluebirds?
Our little bluebirds here. I like to do themed gifts. So what I did was I get one of our little nests, and we have a little egg soap, which is a wonderful fragrant soap. And then we have these cute little salt and pepper shakers.
Fantastic.
Isn't that great?
I love
that
it.
You could kind of combine all the little elements together and make one little gift. And again, that is under $20 for this gift.
Super ideas, because sometimes it's just so difficult to figure out, well, what am I going to bring other than the typical bottle of wine or something else?
Right.
And these are really unique.
Aren't they nice?
Yeah,
and
they
they'll
really
last. They're not something that you consume and then be done.
Now tell me about the European garden planters that you do here.
We love our European garden planters. This is an example of one here. A European garden planter is a combination of green and floral plants arranged nicely in a container of your choice, which we have many pots and containers in our shop, or you can bring in a favorite container that you like from your home.
That's great.
And what we do is we arrange them, and we pick plants that can kind of survive together with the same lighting conditions and water. And then we also add some cute little, what I call little plant accessories.
A favorite
like
of mine once again. Birds.
Like little birds and eggs
Yeah.
and nests and twigs. We have a cute little pussy willow twig here that's holding up this lovely orchid. And what's great about these is they last for 2 to 3 months. Something that can replace a floral arrangement that only lasts 5 to 7 days.
What a great idea. And then say if something does go by, I can bring this back in and have you freshen it up, right?
We can freshen it up. What would not last, obviously, is the blooming things, but the green plants will continue to flourish. And the one thing you don't want to do is overwater them because there's no drainage. But you can set this in your home on your coffee table, on your kitchen dining room table, and have something lovely all year round.
Wonderful. Now, if someone says, gee, I was in the shop a while ago, so I kind of know what they have, you like to encourage people to come in more often, and that's because why?
We get new items in every day. Every day. So I say come in once a week if you can, because we love changing our merchandise out.
Well, Lisa Kiggins, it's been great talking to you.
Nice
Thank you
talking
so
to
much.
you. Nice to meet you.
And be sure you get over here to the Antiques and Collectibles shop at the Greenery soon.
I'm here with Laura Williams, who's the Executive Director of Riverside at Belfair and the new Belfair Gardens. And Laura, quick, just tell us all some of your credentials, because I'm very excited that you're here with us.
Thank you. I'm also a nationally certified dementia specialist, and I am the Executive Director for the South Carolina Assisted Living Federation of America. And SCALFA represents South Carolina in the largest national assisted living association, and we represent assisted living providers throughout the state.
Great. So Laura is the perfect person for these questions. You know, in Home Helpers, we often are asked by the family, is home care the right choice, or should institutional care be considered? And I use the term institutional care loosely. And a lot of times home care isn't the right choice, but it's a hard decision to know what to do when home care isn't the choice. So I thought we could talk a bit about what's the difference between independent living and assisted living, and if we have time, even skilled care facilities.
Right.
So let's start with independent living. And Riverside at Belfair is independent living,
It
right?
is independent living.
Okay.
And basically, if you're looking for independent living, you want, you're an independent senior, you just want maybe a little more safety, but you're ready to enjoy retirement without the hassles of owning a home. You don't want to do the lawn care, you want to have a maintenance man there to do that. Linen service, housekeeping, all of it. So.
And does independent living always include, and probably always isn't the right word, but typically does it include congregate meals, or can people cook their own meals?
Absolutely, either way. Like at Riverside at Belfair, we have a chef, and he prepares 3 wonderful meals a day. So in most communities do that.
Okay, and activities?
Full-time activity director, they go on outings. It's very much about the choice of the resident.
So truly, a resident could still have their own vehicle, they could be an avid baker, gardener, whatever, still maintain all of those interests, but live in a more secured environment geared towards seniors.
Absolutely. They can even still have their own pets.
Oh, that's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cats and dogs?
Cats and dogs, even birds.
Oh, yeah, not a bird person. What about then if they need more care than that? What if they need help with medications, or they could live independently except they don't remember their medicine? Right. Is that kind of service available in those facilities, or do they need to look at something else?
It can be available. Independent Plus is what that is called.
Okay.
And it's additional services. Some communities do offer that. Riverside at Belfair offers that. We also use home helpers, different places like that, who can come in and offer those services for the family to enable them to be more independent longer.
Yeah, and to stay in that selected environment longer. All right, so at what point then does the family or the individual say independent living isn't the right option anymore? It's just not enough.
Right. Whenever they're really needing continuous assistance with activities of daily living, dressing, bathing, eating, more of the medical piece of it with the medications, they're forgetting to take them, even if mom, or somebody is laying it out for them. They need more help with those kind of things.
So real med administration and management, or taking too many instead of not taking any. Okay. What about physical limitations? Does that play into it as well, or could somebody who's physically disabled, maybe has had a stroke, is in a wheelchair, can they still live in independent living?
They can, absolutely. And I mean, most of the communities would work around any type of disability. Riverside at Belfair is 2 stories. We would just make sure that someone in a wheelchair was on the first floor for evacuation purposes.
Okay.
So we just very much tailor everything to that individual.
Right. Okay. Well, let's say now, if we have to go to a more skilled care facility, I know that you have a specialized facility. I know you have Riverside at Belfair is independent living. It's apartments. It's
Right.
is it month to month?
It is month to month, no
Okay.
buy-in fee, just month
Okay.
to month.
And what if they're physically able but cognitively not? What if they are diagnosed with early onset of dementia or Alzheimer's?
Then you definitely want to find somewhere that has a dementia care program like Belfair Gardens, somewhere
Okay.
that is very specific to the needs and the training needs for
Okay.
staff for someone with Alzheimer's or dementia.
We're going to need to bring you back because I think that we need to have probably a whole episode on truly what is memory care.
Sure.
But for now, thank you. That was
you.
really good information. I think it'll be very helpful to a lot of families. Stay tuned. More to come on Primetime Seniors.
Welcome back to Primetime Seniors. The nice weather means more time outdoors doing gardening, yard work, physical activities, and with that comes an increased risk of joint flare-ups. Here to tell us what we can do when that happens is Dr. Joseph Haven of Spine and Joint Care Associates. Great to see you as always.
Thank you.
Well, what can someone do?
Well, as we've discussed in one of our earlier segments and as reflected in our recent name change, we treat more than just the spine. More than just neck pain, mid-back, low back pain. We treat most joint conditions as well. And when we're talking about joint conditions, we're talking about everything from temporomandibular joint problems, shoulder problems, elbow, wrist, hand, hip, knee, ankle, and we even do custom orthotics for people with foot problems. And as you said, with the nice weather coming, people tend to be more active. With that increased activity, we tend to use our joints and muscles in different ways in which they're not used to being used. When that happens, we can get joint irritation or injury. We can get sprains or strains or subluxations.
Well, I want to ask you the difference between a sprain and a strain. Before I do that, though, who is it that comes in? What kinds of issues do they have when they come through the door?
We really see everybody from a patient coming in with simply having sore muscles from the increased exercise to patients that get diagnosed with true ligament tears or tendon tears or even broken bones, in which case those type of patients would be referred out to an orthopedist for possible surgical intervention. To speak to your question about the difference between sprain, strain, and probably even subluxation, a sprain is when a ligament which connects bone to bone gets injured or torn. A strain relates to a muscle and the tendon that connects the muscle to the bone. And a subluxation is when two bones that articulate aren't aligned properly.
None of them sound like much fun.
No.
Yeah, they sound uncomfortable, to be sure. So if someone does come in and needs treatment, you determine what it is and where do you go from there?
So a patient would come in, we would do a thorough assessment of what their condition is, what their problem is, and then we would put together what we feel would be the most appropriate treatment protocol. And of course that protocol is going to utilize the multidisciplines that we have here at the center. So it could include the medical doctor, the chiropractor, the acupuncturist, the massage therapist, or the therapeutic modalities. For example, if a patient was in a condition where he needed maybe a prescription, the medical doctor would obviously fill that route. If there was a joint injection necessary or a trigger point injection, that'd all be handled by the medical doctor. The alignment issues are handled by the chiropractors. Pain management by the acupuncturist. And then the soft tissue, the muscle work and so forth is handled by the massage therapist and the therapeutic modalities that we do here.
Go ahead.
And we also shoot our own x-rays at the facility, so everything is here in one location.
I would have to say that is so convenient from the patient's perspective, because instead of bopping from one location to the next, to the next, to the next, you're going to one place, right, and you're going to get your treatments there. Plus, I would think it would be good to know that the people working with you communicate with one another because they're housed in the same location.
Absolutely.
So you've got that going back and forth and saying, gee, how is so-and-so doing, which is really great.
It's really a team approach.
Now, I have to say, when we've come in, what impresses me is I see people getting treatment, or they're going in to get treatment, but not a lot of people waiting around in the waiting area, which for a medical office is quite impressive. How do you manage that?
Well, we kind of have prided ourselves on running what we call a no-wait practice. So we try very hard that when patients come, that they get treated promptly. It's really what we're really trying to put forth is a prompt care facility for musculoskeletal conditions, so that patients can literally walk in off the street and feel comfortable in knowing they're going to be treated comprehensively and quickly. We have our hours from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, and pretty much any time during that period of time, patients can come in and be seen.
And also, when you're not feeling great, you're in discomfort, to be able to be seen right
Don't
away
want to
is
wait
a
around.
big plus. Well, Dr. Joseph Haven, it's always great to speak with you, and hope you're enjoying the warmer weather and getting outside more.
Thank you.
And we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll go to the farmers market, the Hilton Head Island Farmers Market at Honeyhorn. But first, Debbie Morris of Home Helpers of the Low Country has some gardening tips for you.
Here are some suggestions for gardening for seniors from our local area agency on aging. With a little creativity and assistance, seniors can continue to enjoy the gardening they love. Number 1, grow herbs. Herbs are great, they're easy to grow, they grow just about anywhere, and they're great for seasoning. Kitchen herb gardens are wonderful for seniors, and remember, the more you pinch and pick your herbs, the more vigorous they grow. Number 2, look for equipment that can make the job easier. Extended heads for hoses, kneeling benches, raised beds, all of those can help. In addition, check out Buddies and the Arthritis Foundation online. They both have product lists. Number 3, garden right outside your front or back door. Container gardening allows seniors access to flowers or vegetables in one pot. And remember, you can team up with others to garden. Number 4, if a senior isn't able to garden anymore, enlist the help of others who might enjoy sharing the work and the produce and flowers. Number 5, for free advice, join a garden club. Ask questions at one of your local nurseries, like the Greenery, or call one of the Clemson Extension offices. Number 6, and the best tip of all, have fun, and remember your sunscreen.
Welcome back to Primetime Seniors. If you're looking to eat a healthier diet, there is no better place than where we are right now to find flavorful offerings of the season. We're at Honeyhorn, where the Hilton Head Island Farmers Market takes place every Friday. And joining me now is Gail Horvath. Great to see you, Gail.
Good to see you again.
Let us know how this got started.
Well, it's been something that the people living on the island have wanted for some time. And my partner, Pamela Ovens, spearheaded starting this, and has, just went through all kinds of tape to get it done, and she got it done, and we started April 1st, and it's been really, this is our 8th market, and it's really been a booming success. Everybody's very happy and loves it.
Well, I have to say, I sampled some of Great Food Co-op's black-eyed pea dip, which was unbelievable. You have so many things, though, that you offer here. Give us kind of an overview of what someone might find.
Oh, okay. We have, of course, we have our wonderful farmers, and we have about, I think about 10 to 12 farmers at this point, and we have our wonderful food vendors, of which the Great Food Co-op is one of them. We have the Vegetable Kingdom. We have Dina Joy. I can't name them all because there are so many. At this point, we're getting close to 50 farmers and vendors. So you can come and have a wonderful day. You can get breakfast. You can get lunch. Take home dinner.
It sounds great.
And exactly, and also your fresh produce. It's just a wonderful experience.
I mean, visually it's beautiful, the aromas. What else I think is really special is you have artists here now. You had an artist design the logo for the farmers market.
This is correct. Lyndon Constantino designed our logo, and we have at this point about 5 artisans, and they're slowly growing, and we want to, that'll be the last complement to the market.
It's wonderful. You have people that come that are tourists, but also locals, and I think for local people, what's kind of neat is we can bump into one another here at the farmers market, do a little socializing. But the other thing that I think is really special is the vendors take the time to really talk to you about their work, their product, or their produce. I think that makes it really a great experience.
Oh, they do, and it's really nice that, they're very enthusiastic. All of our farmers and vendors are they love coming here, and they're very enthusiastic about their products. So it's a wonderful experience. It really, really is.
Well, Gail, now it's Fridays, correct? And give us the hours if you would.
Okay, it's every Friday. It's 8:30 to 1. And the market runs, we started, our first market was April 1st, so it's going to be April through the end of October, and then we're going to have 3 holiday markets, one in November and 2 in December. So we're really looking forward.
Well, I'm sure people that have been here have already returned time and time again, but if you haven't made it yet, right, got to encourage them
Absolutely.
to definitely come. Gail, it's been great speaking with you. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. It's good to see you again.
Appreciate it. And we also want to thank the other participants in this edition of Primetime Seniors. Thanks to the Antiques and Collectibles Shop at the Greenery, Dr. Joseph Haven of Spine and Joint Care Associates, Laura Williams of Riverside at Belfair and Belfair Gardens, and as always, to Debbie Morris of Home Helpers of the Low Country. Until next time, live Primetime, seniors.